Alright, there's no questions, we'll jump in.
I
Don't
hate
think
British
so.
Wi-Fi.
Last time, test, because I cannot think of any single show today. You guys,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
finally,
Teenage Mutant Ninja.
I hate that show.
Anyways,
You just
Teenage
hate
Mutant Ninja
fun.
Elephants.
No, it's just a shit show.
Oof.
So, you finally faced off against Masan Kunakt, who proved to be, while not necessarily the strongest of foes, certainly a formidable one. With multiple of you reaching the lower limits of hit points. Nonetheless, she was defeated. And as she was defeated, you realize that the bottomless hole that no longer spewed out air onto you in a motion of breath.
you can say breathing, it's fine.
No.
We know what's up. The hole is breathing. It's fine. It happens.
If one
If it's
person
not
still thinks
breathing-
it's a secret, it's still a secret.
It's not breathing,
Who
it's farting.
here thinks it's not breathing?
Me.
I think it's
So,
farting.
Okay.
Now, you did choose not to jump in, which I thank you for, because that would have been campaign over.
Now I
You
would like
did-
to go jump.
By all means, roll up a new character. So, with that being said, you went into a locked room where loot was found and identified, though not yet claimed, because we are waiting for everyone. So, because I would like a discussion on it. Eyes of the Eagle, Potion of Fire Breath, Potion of Greater Healing times 2, a Potion of Hill Giant Strength, a Pearl of Power, and a Pole of Angling. Now, you also made a little bit of an uncovery into the goings on. The grave robbing was not just happening in just Durian. In fact, this was used as a method to appease Acacia, the final aspect of pain, a being that you're starting to become familiar with. This was taking place all over the Bidito coast. Now, all of this seems to be somewhat related to Sidon, the presiding warlord of the Bidito coast. It seems relatively beneficial to him that Acacia is shaded and slumbering. However, you didn't know how to proceed. There was some deliberation back and forth as to what to do. If you should just leave after taking your money, or if you should do something about it. But Masern's hand was removed from her corpse for proof. And Derry did, toward the end of the session, try casting Detect Thoughts on himself. Whatever was there was not there.
Honestly,
But-
that's even more concerning than if it was there. That means
But-
it's hiding.
With that being said, we have not left the Hellmouth Caves. We have not left the room. Is there any questions before we jump in?
No.
Gaming.
Gaming.
Long rest, long rest, long rest.
Can we go to level 20?
So, if there is no other questions, jump in. We move our gaze back into the large cavern that is filled with all manner of ice and frosted over rose petal. Cern's now sand one hand, body lays there, and this gaping pit beneath you still fills you with a sense of dread. What are you guys doing? What would you guys like to do?
Just to clarify, who's got the the conspiracy theory blackmail notes that
I
Mazarin
am
had?
currently holding on to them, I believe.
Yeah, I think
I
Barry
thought
has
it
it.
was after I went back to listen to the recording. Also,
I
the
have it
recording's
marked
being posted,
down
forgot to
as
tell you.
damning documents in Dury. Dirty documents done dirt cheap.
Shut the
Dirty
fuck
dairy
up.
documents done dirt cheap.
Incredible. Sorrenthus is gonna approach Derry and say, "Could I, by any chance, look at those? Just to see if we've maybe missed something."
I've already been over them, but be my
But,
I'd like
guest.
to take a closer look.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
want to know what do you want me to do with this body that I've been holding for what feels like 2 weeks?
Well, maybe wrap it up in something.
And then throw it into
I
the
don't
hole? I thought that's
know.
what we agreed on.
Oh, the body. I thought you were talking about the
The body, yes.
body part that
No,
you
no.
collected. I don't know who's holding on to that.
On the
I
ground, right?
don't. Where's the body of Mazern? It's near the hole, right?
We
They're just on the
the
ground.
spites are holding it, I'm pretty sure.
Sorrenthus is. So is the body like on the floor? Or Spites are actually holding the body.
That's up to you guys.
I don't know.
I am decently
matter
sure
to
you
me.
left off on spites are holding the body.
It doesn't matter to me. If you want to pick up the body now, if you want to drop the body, I don't care.
Wait, hold on. What if this thing leads to this whole aspect of pain? We don't want to encourage it, do we?
And
I don't think we do.
encourage it. Elaborate?
I mean, because, okay, once again, out of character, the document said that the fact that they've been feeding the dead bodies to the aspect of pain.
Alright.
So, and we've found the unearthed bodies in this place as well, if I recall correctly, right?
Sorry, second.
We found the unearthed bodies in this place, correct?
You did not
Um,
find unearthed bodies. What you found was the remainders of the tomb stealers. Sorry, tomb stealers. That
Tomb
were
stealer.
No, it was sealers.
No,
Tomb
it was tomb
Stealers.
stealers.
Right,
their
tomb
name was
stealers.
stupid.
Apologies. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. So,
It's
tomb
easy to
stealers.
remember.
You found you found the remainders of their group
Mm-hmm.
outside, frozen over in icicles, faced towards where the pit would be in the next room.
I see.
You did not find any more of the uncovered bodies. You can safely assume they're probably in there.
Yeah, and Santa's just gonna gesture around the room and say, "Look at this place. They've been bringing the bodies here, probably. And where do you think they've been putting them?" And he's gonna gesture to the pit.
Well-
yes.
I'm not
However,
the most
I do
knowledgeable
argue
of-
that
yes.
I am not one for cruelty, but it would be quite the twist of fate to endure such a thing.
She's dead.
Yes,
Yes, I vomited on her and she
Joffrey
died.
spewed acid on her face, and
Yeah.
she's dead. She's not going to suffer.
the body will.
I don't think she cares.
I believe the soul has departed and is off to whatever afterlife is befitting of it. The body.
Yes, the soul, not the body.
Yes. Why do we care inflicting cruelty on the body? Who?
Because it's petty.
Look. Lovely. Do you want to attract the attention of whatever might be lurking on the other end of that thing? He points to the portal again.
I will say, if my understanding of this is incorrect, then feel free to enlighten. But it seems like they were feeding bodies to this thing to keep it asleep.
It was
Out of
just that it was
character,
in the interest of the warlord, wasn't it? It was just in his interest,
So-
not necessarily.
So the
Right.
warlord was doing it to appease Acacia.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Masern had specified in her notes that she didn't mind because it still furthered the end goal of Acacia. So potentially the Warlord Titan might think it keeps her asleep. Potentially something else could be going on.
Okay, so if the notes actually said they furthered her goals, Samantha's going to say,
Yeah, it's both essentially.
I don't know
We're not
if
sure.
feeding her is going to keep her asleep or whatever.
And I will remind you,
you
those
want to be-
individuals we killed at the graveyard were, in fact, corpses. Sentient as
Yes.
they were. So perhaps giving this
Do you
one
want to be
isn't a good
furthering-
idea.
Do you want to be furthering the goals of whatever lies on the side of this portal?
Look, jokes aside, Sir
Do you
Enfys,
want to get its attention?
as the
I'm not
documents
joking.
per se, as the documents per se, I do admit us being partially immature for such a situation, but I will say documents do say that something's definitely in there, and I don't. And I would love to take my chances and hopefully keep this thing at bay. If they even keep feeding bodies this thing and it's done nothing, that's great. One more body, and we run away.
What makes you think that it's done nothing? Do you know what happens when you toss meat into a lion's den?
It eats it.
You get its attention.
So primarily, it eats it.
Yes, and it will know that someone is tossing it food.
For God's sakes, it's a body,
It's
it's dead. Can we please move on?
I just trying to understand why, for some reason, we have all this whole fascination with deciding to chuck the body into the pit.
I
Why
have
are
a
we doing
fascination with
this?
it.
Why? We killed her. She's dead.
And I can't even animate her. Please, let's just get going.
Oh,
Animators
we're
don't
just
get paid a
fucking
lot either,
bothered
so-
now.
Listen, I'm all for being spiteful and petty and doing terrible things to the corpses of one's enemies, but really, there's no point anymore. The mood's past.
I'm gonna roll something for Serenthus. Okay, Serenthus is gonna readjust the cone around him and say, if you want to toss the body, fine. I'm not going to share your fate. I'm going to start moving out of the ice cave because I am very cold. And
Say
he's
we don't
going to
poke the
start.
bear.
That's what I was suggesting, but if Spitzer wants to look into the lion's den, so to speak,
You can just
I'm
leave
not
her
going
here.
to stalk him.
I'll
Yes,
bet
that's
you
what I've been
50
trying
bucks
to say
Spitzer
this
is worshipping
entire.
this thing. It's all
It's
coming together.
all
It's
I'm
all part of
saying.
his
It's
plan.
in the name. Bite. Zer.
We've already
At least
we've
he's
already
on
got our
brand.
hand.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Fuck it. We've spent too long. Spitzer froze it in. Move on. Move on. We go. We leave.
Serenthus is the moment he starts Spitzer starts approaching, just beelines away from it, and just muttering under his breath, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with the thing in the pit.
As you say this, Spitzer throws the body, and you all hear, as you go to walk away, this kind of,
Of course we do.
muffled echoing as it just clatters down.
Joffrey gives off a
It's
mild
beatbox.
chuckle. That was pretty funny.
And at least someone, even if it's for the funny, one could say, agrees.
Now, what are you guys doing?
Leaving. We
Leave.
exit.
Oh.
Beating
we want
a
out of the cold
discreet
cave.
retreat.
Retreat?
I am
Beating a
cold and
discreet
sad.
Make
I
a
want to
dex
leave the
saving.
place.
No,
I'm good at
Oh,
those,
no.
actually. Never mind.
So,
I don't know why I got scared.
where as you get up all the way up to the mouth of the cave,
Are
Where do
the
you guys wanna
ice
go?
walls gone?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
if you just waited like a minute, you could have gone back the way you came. But as you get back up to the top, to the mouth of it, unfortunately, the corpse at the top, you pass it, and it lurches up with that screech again that echoes down.
Serenthus, the moment that it lurches up, is just gonna like kick it in the face.
I wanted to hit my face to do that.
Did you do that?
You really didn't have to do that.
Fucking method actors. I swear
You don't
to
have
God.
to hit yourself in the face. You can hit your hand, and that does.
I know, but I don't know why I did. I'm very. It's very
Method
hot right
acting.
now.
Yeah.
So, nonetheless,
Built
as you get to the
stupid.
top, once more, is it cold? Colder than where you were down below. Though, thankfully, the blizzard has passed, and it remains relatively clear outside. Where would you guys like to go?
Back to Dury.
Back
We
to
I don't
leave.
know.
We
Maybe
gotta
you
make
wanna
that
go
bread,
somewhere else.
No,
brother.
no, the fuck we don't. No.
We go back.
We turn the other
yeah.
way and we never come back. Is that what you want from us, Willow? Huh?
I don't know.
Run
After last
away.
session, maybe
We
I
just,
do.
We just
No.
live in the tundra now. This is where
Grabs himself in the truck and flies
what
off.
the fuck- I do not want to spend the entirety of this campaign in the fucking tundra. I'm not doing this shit.
it's
You
too
live off
late
the
to
land.
honest has claimed me.
So, as you begin to head back, I would like this bot to start playing music when I ask it to.
Nuh-uh.
Bot,
Already asked.
please
Do you
Play
want me
my
to sort it
song.
out while you continue your descriptions?
Yes, please. As we go head our way back, considering the Spitzer, I would like you to roll me a survival check at advantage.
Ooh.
But I love rolling. Did my sheet unload? Okay, 1 second. I have to open my sheet again on D&D Beyond. Ugh. Alright.
Oh.
Good old Spitzer. My
Yeah,
bad.
our
I
ranger
didn't
were feeling
realize my sheet
cooperative.
reloaded while I was gone. And by sheet, I mean the entire D&D Beyond. It's I don't know. Anyways, here we are. Spitzer Nebul. So then that's gonna be. It's gonna be. Okay. Oh, there we go. 17.
17. First hour of your journey passes by uneventfully. It's cold, it's miserable, it's not fun, but it passes by.
As we're walking, Serenthus is kind of just like very lightly punching the palm of his hand with his knuckles, and with every punch, there's a small spark of flames as he tries to do desperately anything to keep his hands warm.
Certainly. Now,
As
anything anyone? Yeah, carry on.
as we go, I'll finally speak up and I'll say, kind of to Serenthus, but also like loud enough for like, it's to everyone, sort of. I say, on the subject of getting something's attention, I feel like we might be a little late for that.
Could you elaborate?
Well, honestly, I didn't want to bring it up. I thought it was
Did I
nothing.
believe you?
But when I reached into the mind of that fellow in the graveyard, something reached back, and there's something just hanging around.
Oh, so you've done the fucking around, and now we all are going to find out.
He's acting weird. Kill him.
Fireball.
No, that can be said for all of us, please, no. All of us
That's
are
the thing,
fucking weird.
Lightning.
Well, that's the thing.
No,
I don't
normal
know
people
I don't know what I've found out. I had a strange dream, and I woke up with some new ink, and it's pretty cold. So I just
Oh, you have
gesture
to
to my
Maybe
I just gesture to my sternum area where there's a line of some kind here, and it seemed to respond to the hole. If y'all noticed me staring into the middle distance in front of the hole, I was trying to investigate. It seemed to be responding to it, and now it's gone a little quiet. So
Oh,
I don't know
just
if it's
assumed that was
gone or.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes, it did look a bit like you started thinking about something and then forgot what you were thinking. Well, shit, that would have been good to know beforehand, I suppose.
I didn't know if there was anything to really do about it, but well, now that we've encountered this, I feel like I should put that out there.
Well, yes, it's
Noted.
all information is helpful information. That being said, what are we doing about this whole thing?
Frankly, I'll care less. I'll leave it up to you three to decide.
I mean, you were also involved in this. I would love to hear your thoughts on this whole thing, the documents, the fact that we were hired by the same person who orchestrated this.
I
Well,
feel your
no, that's not
opinion.
entirely true. We were subcontracted by
Yes,
aid.
subcontracted by Delilah, who works for Cass.
Well, I mean, she might not know.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, and
Frankly,
I
it
don't know if she does or doesn't.
does put a bad taste in my mouth. I can't shake the feeling that this just isn't for us. I'm not saying we should leave it. I'm simply saying it's possible that's out of our power, but then again, who knows?
What's leaving a bad taste in my mouth is that clearly this isn't just an isolated thing, is it? Other towns were mentioned.
Indeed.
They're going to keep doing this. And I suggest, now, yes, I don't think we should tell Cassian. That's a tremendously bad idea, and he's probably going to, I don't know, punch one or more of us in the face for that. But I don't know if Delilah knows or doesn't. But, well, I'd say I'm decent at talking to people about more sensitive, illicit topics that people might want to keep as far away from their more public appearances as possible.
I think we should play our cards a little close to our chest here.
Oh, absolutely. And he does turn to the others. None of us utter a word of this entire thing that we found out to Cassian.
Didn't
I
plan
have
on
no
it.
intention of talking to Cassian.
Yeah.
Seems like he's got his own
I didn't
stuff.
even know I'd be doing this a day ago, so that's easy.
Wonderful. Great job, Joffrey. In terms of
You're doing great, sweetie.
I'm so proud of you. In regards to Delilah, I could figure out if she's on this whole thing or not. But there's clearly something bigger going on. I've not heard much of Sidon, but he seems to be a big fish. If he's involved, this is way bigger than just, I don't know, a small group of avid cultists. I don't know. Just frolicking about in the tundra. Or sitting in an ice cave.
Well, I say we eat this elephant one bite at a time. Sorry, Spicer.
Excuse me.
Saying from.
Just because I'm the
That's not
largest
a
doesn't
thing
mean you should
people normally
cannibalize me.
say.
Well, it's from where I'm from. It comes in form of like it's like folk wisdom. How do you eat an elephant?
Where
One
are
bite
you
at
from?
a time.
Derry.
I have this in my notes somewhere.
Nerevar, mate.
Nerevar.
Yeah,
Hold on, it's
Nerevar.
at like the very top of my notes, and I have a billion documents open.
Do they say that in Nerevar? Could I roll a history check potentially?
Do they say that in
Sure.
Nerevar, DM?
You would not fucking
Oh yeah,
say that.
Joffrey. Joffrey, no.
Yeah.
But let's see if Cervantes understands this.
So
or
for
not.
history, that's a 17.
Nah.
Pray tell, my
So this
friend,
just-
what portion of the city do you hail from?
They do not fucking say that there.
The city?
Nerevar.
It's a big place, from what I've heard.
Yes, but has many sections. I want to know where he's from.
I'm just a shopkeeper.
If I remember correctly, it was wasn't it Waterside? I don't remember which one.
I
If I
think so.
may-
What? It's in like a document.
It's in a separate
somewhere.
document. It's multiple stacked
have it.
folders, and in each folder there's one document.
So you have it?
Oh, I have it somewhere.
Okay, so Darius is digging around in his backpack for where he comes from.
So this kind of just runs and says, so what is a shopkeep from Nerevar doing all the way in the Bittertoe coast?
Yes, if I recall correctly, Nerevar is quite the ways away.
Oh yes, it is.
Just doing a bit of traveling. I mean, I don't just keep shop. I
Who the
move
fuck
around.
goes to the Bittertoe coast for any reason?
Nerevar is not exactly a short hop from here.
Let's just say I'm leaving it behind for now, trying out something else.
Who are you, a runaway?
No.
Oh.
The people I've left
Insight
aren't.
check.
What gave you that idea?
Joffrey's
You're
I'm
right.
30 years
really-
old. I have my own house.
No, as in, like, is he running from something?
Yeah, sure, roll an insight check. But I just find it funny. It's like, do you have $50? I'm a 40-year-old man. Yes, I have $50.
That is going to be 15 plus 4 for a total of 19 for insight.
Derek, if you can roll persuasion or deception, your choice. Don't tell me which one, and just tell me the result.
25.
Well, Derek, with an are you a runaway or no with that 25?
There he seems sincere.
Santos nods.
So,
And no more a runaway than you are, unless you are actually running away from the
Excuse me?
circus.
I'm
just
not
left
running
it
away from the
behind.
circus.
Who runs from
Hey.
the circus? I thought it was running off
Hey,
to
what?
join the circus. I thought that was the saying.
No, didn't you leave the circus and went off to venture or something like that?
No, I was, well, I ended up here by complete accident, to be completely honest. Which I know sounds odd and not really believable,
Sight
but
check.
I
Okay.
cross my heart and swear to die that's the case.
now you can insight check
Absolutely.
if you want to.
I can insight check. Why not? My +0.
Spider's
Uh,
insight checking this as well. He's not sure.
I rolled a fat 9
What'd you get, Spicer?
on my insight check.
That's gonna be a good all. Natural 1 for 5. Let's go.
Surround
Yes, he's being completely genuine. He's also very much aware of how unbelievable that sounds. As he continues, I got on the wrong ship. And I was actually heading to Nerevar initially, and then I got on the wrong ship,
Oh.
and then turns out they use a little arcane gateway thing to move them around quicker.
What was your business there?
I was taking a vacation.
Same. That's what I'm doing right now. Vacation buddies.
Let's get some Mai Tais with the Warlord
I
side.
guess from a certain perspective, I could also be taking a vacation, so I guess we could pick it
See?
a trio.
Did you also end up here on accident?
Oh no, I'm very much here on purpose.
Purpose
And what
is, if you
purpose
don't
is
mind.
that?
To get as far away from Nerevar as physically possible.
Oh, so we have two people trying to put distance between the capital and themselves. Interesting, interesting.
So when you guys get your home base, you're gonna call it the holiday home. Got it.
Yeah!
Holiday Inn.
You bet.
Yes,
start
we,
renting
we,
out
we
rooms.
buy off a tavern. We buy off a tavern. We call it that.
So,
The holiday planetarium.
is there anything else you guys would like to do as you're walking?
No, we're just walking and
Can our
talking.
walk count as a short rest, please?
Absolutely.
Please, oh thank God.
Absolutely.
Health
You can
points,
short
let's
rest.
go.
Now, I don't know if I've said it in here, but I will say it again. In my campaigns going forward, you can attune to an item as an action, and unattune. And unattuning takes a minute, just
Ooh,
to
sweet.
keep it fluid and fresh.
But also we're leaving the items until Anya's with us to like sort them out, are we not?
certainly.
Yeah.
Now. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh no.
okay, that's 6 plus
Okay,
7
that didn't work. That
14.
sucks.
I suppose that leaves me then, yes?
As you guys are continuing.
Hang on, Spicer's talking.
So, okay, Spicer, what do you want to do, man?
I'm,
And
No,
with
yeah,
that,
we're
they
listening.
continued travel.
okay. After like a minute of walking, Spicer realized, oh, they were labyrinth traveler. Oh. Yeah, that leaves me then. Apologies, I've got to pipe up. I'm not quite taking vacation, as you could say. Like I said, it's nothing more than finishing my star chart. I come from like the more of the south. Come up here simply get more of what the north looks like in terms of the array, you could say. That seems I got myself dragged into this.
Southern boys in the cold hard north.
They're
There's a
miserable.
buffalo over there.
They are suffering.
That's
Sorry,
a wonderful
I-
buffalo.
Sorry,
What's
keep
up?
going, but I have a quick question
No,
about
what's up?
arcane recovery. I'm just trying to make sure I'm reading it right. I get to choose to regain expanded spell slots up to a combined level of 2, so that means 2 level 1s or 1 level 2s, if I'm reading that
Yes.
right. Okay.
Yes. So, with that being said, as you guys are continuing, moving to and fro, we can see something on the horizon line. This smaller, hunched over individual must be holding like a staff of some kind, kind of dragging themselves across the snow in the direction you're going. Or maybe a good 300 feet away. I'm
Good
a bit
300 feet away.
Anya.
No, Phineas is with you.
Hmm. Who could that? Is my microphone picking? Okay. Who could that be?
Could I? I'm not entirely sure. Could I roll some sort of perception check to see if they're like? I know 300 feet is quite the distance, but could I try to discern if they're like, if they're moving slower than us or faster, from what direction they're coming from, and if they're like seem to be in a hurry?
Okay, that's a lot. So
That's
I'll give some
Any of
information
that
for free.
information
I'll
would
give some
be
information for free.
great.
They are moving slower than you.
Okay.
You can't tell what direction they're coming from, just what direction
Okay.
they're going,
Okay.
because Lord knows.
Yeah.
One of the gods knows.
Gods know.
And they don't appear. I won't even say this. No roll required. They do not appear to be in a hurry. You'll probably catch up to them in about like 3-4 minutes.
I'm gonna lean over to the others and ask, should we keep pace? You know, to not like catch up with them. I think that would be awkward.
They appear to have a sort of, so I want to like analyze the way they're walking. Like, do they look like they're trudging, angrily trudging? Like, what is their vibe? I guess. Can I roll insight?
Their
Sail
vibe.
village?
That would be an insight. Yes.
Okay. That is a +2. Ooh, 17.
17. It's hard to tell at first glance as you look and as you guys are still continuing walking, peering at them. They are clearly got one arm clenched tight to the staff as they are dragging one, looks to be like a limp left leg along, and it's just dragging in the snow. They don't appear to be in any way angry or moody from how their shoulders are positioned and how their heads hunched down. They don't even appear to be really upset. There just appears to be determination, a purpose.
Well, thoughts?
I know
I
it's
could
going
magic
well.
missile them.
Do
And
not
as you
say
say
that.
this,
No. No.
as you say this, across the wind, you hear the telltale sign, or sound rather, of a bone crack, and you watch as the silhouette in the distance, this figure, their left leg, knee down, just rips off, and they continue walking.
Oh, it's one of those dead people.
That's a bold assumption, but a very much good one.
I mean, it could just be a
Boy.
regular old zombie, but
Oh, if it's a regular
Another
zombie,
point.
then. How's about this? How about.
Should
not
we
one to
catch up with them?
typically
It
do
seems
this.
to be. It seems to be heading to the town. Should we then catch up, given that it's well
yes, I think we
a
should.
corpse?
Yes. Regardless, I think we should head over to it. If it's person, we check if they're alright. Presumably not. If it's undead, sentient undead, be confused, talk. If it's undead, kill.
If it was a living being, I doubt they would be all right. Or well, and he nods in the direction of the leg that's soon just sitting in the snow, walking.
Never know.
Oh, don't be such a baby. Limbs grow back. No, say that.
Not normally.
Precisely, what if this some peculiar individual?
Are you attempting to
Regardless-
catch up?
Regardless,
Yeah,
I'd like to
sure.
investigate.
Trying to say-
And
Walking at a
Absolutely.
faster pace.
I will ask DM before we approach him. As we approach, Spicer's actively gonna be smelling the air. And once I catch any sort of scent from this guy, can I roll perception to try and, get just of the scent? Or not
This.
scent.
Cement.
Hmm.
This meant. Ugh.
Smimped.
Sorry, I'm just reading the descriptions of perception and investigation.
Perception technically can rely on scent.
Yeah, I know. No. Yeah, so fuck it. Yeah, perception can work here. Roll it.
Yeah, I really have advantage on this shit. It's why I asked specifically smell. Because Luxodon go burr.
Big trunk, let's go.
Yeah, that's a 23 on that smell check.
Sneak.
What's this guy smell like?
It's the smell check.
Smells like an undead. Smells like rot. Smells like mildew, death, unpleasantness all around.
Be on guard. I don't like to smell this guy. Not like literally smell. Sniff.
What does it smell like?
Probably like
something-
a corpse.
Yes, a corpse. I think it's most definitely an undead. Oh, we are very much approaching it still. Oh, okay.
So, as you approach, you see now what it's heading toward. Where once there wasn't, now is large, twisting gnarled trees that form a patch of forest. A large patch of forest, like we're talking just as big as the town. Did not pass by it on your way here. As you eventually catch up,
What the fuck
100
is
feet,
that?
50 feet, 20 feet, you're right on top of it. Even as the sound of your footfalls echo out, does not stop as it pulls and drags itself closer to the edge of the clearing.
Could I move around to the front of this goober and try to
Absolutely.
discern any emotion on whatever face it has left?
Absolutely. As you move around to the front, you see taut, stretched flesh, long since turned blue and gray across the face, milked out white eyes, and several missing teeth. There appears to be a large stretch of frostbite crawling up the throat toward the jaw, and the hair kind of hangs around them in tatters. There's no discernible emotion.
Going as it passes me, presumably, after I stop to look at it, I'm just gonna tap it on its shoulder as it passes by. Excuse me, are you even? No response, I assume?
No response.
Esperantis is gonna catch up on the other side and kind of like try to like establish eye contact with it. Just, like,
Sure.
as a-
You watch as you gaze at it, its eyes slide past you as it moves past you.
Well, what do you
Uh,
do about
ex-
this?
Hang on. Excuse me. Can you understand what I'm saying? Are you all right?
What language do you say this in?
I'm first saying this in common.
No response.
Very well.
I think it's just
and
a
I'm gonna
regular
switch to-
zombie.
Hang on. And in
A
Elvish,
regular zombie
he's going
would attack us on sight, I'm pretty sure.
It depends if it's being controlled at the time.
Taranthus?
True.
I forgot what I was gonna do.
You
never-
were going to repeat the question in.
Yes, I was. Yes. As in Elven, he's going to say, "Excuse me. Can you understand what I'm saying?"
At that. Slows.
Hello. There we
Looks
go.
looks to you. I must return home. Looks away. Keeps going. 100 feet from the clearing.
Is this thing like? Is that phrase said in a hostile way of like? Is there an underlying threat in there?
No. There's almost a sense of desperation.
Sorrenthus is gonna keep
Like,
pace
we
with
just-
them.
Just communicate with it. If you just did, could you ask if it needs help at all? Seems to be struggling quite a bit there.
Yes, I was about to do that. And in Elven,
Good.
he's going to continue. Are you sure you're all right? Your leg has been left behind a couple of feet from here.
Slows again.
You might want to go
looks
pick
at
that
you.
up.
It's 1 foot.
Raises its free arm. Points to the forest. Return. Lowers. Keeps moving.
So are you returning? You're returning home, right? Is that the forest or the town?
At this point, doesn't respond. Just keeps moving. 50 feet away from the clearing.
Have I seen or heard of anything like this happening before?
Well, given it's
You-
stopped responding, how about we just see what happens? Because frankly, I'm curious.
Derry, you can roll me. I'd say this would be history.
Are you sure it's not Arcana?
No, it's history.
God damn
Folklore
it.
comes under history.
That is, ooh, it's a good roll. 16 plus 2, 18.
18. For decades now, there's been myths and legends of this large obelisk known as the Cryptolith, something which raises the dead of Craquias'mar and calls out to them as a beacon. Presumably, as the stories go, it's found somewhere in the Bidito coast, and in response to it, that one popping up, there became stories of a place known as Crowspeaker's Clearing. Supposedly, what once was, as the legends go, a druidic enclave, now is only hosted by one, who seeks to have stray undead join its herd.
Is this guy wearing stuff that appears similar to the the folks that we just
No,
got done dealing with? No.
nah.
DM.
Okay.
So everyone looks to be commoner's garb. Yep.
Can I make like an Arcana check or something to see if, because it is communicating, but I want to know if it's because there's a sentience via like the creature's soul, or if it's being puppeted.
I'd say this would be Arcana or Religion, your choice.
I am proficient in Arcana and Religion, but I will choose Arcana.
Fascinating.
That's a 17 plus 7 for a 24.
24. So, sorry, repeat those two parts you said. Skip my mind.
I'm curious whether there is like the creature itself is sentient, like the soul or its brain is working or what have you, or if a puppet is speaking, or if a puppet master is speaking through the corpse.
Gotcha. So with a 24, experienced though you are in the practice of necromancy, uh, this is somewhat outside of your realm of expertise. Yours was always more creating as opposed to nurturing. Though, from what you can tell, there does appear to be relative uh, sentience of some kind clinging to the what once was this person is now just a body, a vessel. Though the sentience appears to be limited to presumably one language it held close and a purpose that potentially it had not fulfilled, similar to a ghost.
Well, personally, I for one am absolutely curious to see the destination this fellow is going to.
I mean, if it's on the way to the town, then I suppose
I mean,
I'm not staying longer in the wilderness than I absolutely have to.
think about it. Something as compelling it. It must be interesting.
Could also be dangerous.
I share a
The fact that I
similar
cannot feel
curiosity.
my fingers is compelling me to get to the town sooner, which is why I'm saying that if
Is
it's
it-
on the way there, then why not?
Yeah, is it on the way, DM?
Yeah, it's directly in your path.
How
Again, the
convenient,
Honor the Incident
it's
was there
directly
before.
in our path.
So, as it
Alright.
as it enters the clearing, I'm assuming you guys follow.
So
yeah.
where exactly
Mhm.
is this like clearing? I'm kind of
Well,
confused.
forest patch rather, not clearing.
Okay, so it's a
Uh,
forest patch that has randomly. Have we passed through this part?
Nope. And this is the exact same route you took.
Could I
This
roll
place is
some sort of check
weird.
to determine
Yeah.
as to what exactly like might be going on for random as forest patch springing up?
This would also be history, yes.
Okay. Never mind. I do not know. That's a natural 1 plus 0, I believe. Yeah.
With a 1, unfortunately, the realms of druids are out of your
Meh.
bailiwick.
Not my area
So,
of studies.
yes.
Willow, can I just double check? You said the obelisk was called the Cricklith, right?
Cryptolith, I'll put it in the chat.
Cryptolith. Okay, and the thing was
yeah.
crows. What again? Clearing.
Or speakers.
Okay, Crowspeaker. Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, that's all good. So, as it enters in, pushing beyond these tall, dark, and gnarled trees, I'm assuming you guys follow.
Yeah, we're
Fell behind.
following.
I'm pretty tapped, so I'm
Mhm.
hanging back.
Oh, as you all relatively quickly file in, as you push through the tree line, you look back. Trees stretch behind you. No snow in sight. You come into a darkened forest, and a relative heavy-set fog kind of scattered around. And above, slight pinpricks of light eke in through the treetops. So you can still see, though it's just harder than it would be. The ground itself is covered in moss that creeps over and encapsulates everything. Stone, soil, wood. The floor doesn't matter here. And as you look around, the zombie is gone. You hear a quick scatter of 2 sets of hooves are in. You look, there's a small little, must be a deer of some kind. Kind of stops, stares, raises his head at you. Ears flick back once, twice, before turning around and darting back the way it came.
Can deer survive
This
in
is-
this kind of weather?
Well, in here,
That's
it's
sort of-
but sorry, just before you might have accidentally made yourself look a fool. In here, it's nowhere near as cold. It's cold, yes, but nowhere near what it should be.
Like no snow or anything, right?
Mm.
No snow.
It's almost as if we've gone to a different environment altogether. Different location, perhaps, or some sort of
Well,
teleportation,
This
perhaps.
Sudden
forest.
appearance of the
Can-
trees. That seems about right.
Yeah.
This
Hmm.
forest patch was not here when we first came.
Being obviously magic DM,
Precisely.
can I determine what kind of magic? Whether it's
Certainly.
divine
This
or what
would-
have you.
Yeah, this would be Arcana.
Yay. 22.
22. Seems to be primal in nature.
Magic of the land.
Might I glance back and attempt to determine if, like, I don't know, did we leave tracks? Did we
In the
literally
moss?
just appear? Okay.
So, as you stand there, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Could I look around for any other people's tracks in here?
Certainly.
Any like
This would be
broken
survival.
branches or anything like that? Yeah, I figured, which I'm not good at, but oh well. Yeah, that's a 13, probably nothing.
You do indeed see more hoof prints in the moss, bounding in the same direction the deer took off from you.
How big is this clearing? Sorry, not clearing, but forest patch. How big is this forest patch?
When you were
When we were outside of it, so I assume I could have like seen how big it was.
around Dury,
Hmm. How big is Dury?
castle's worth,
Okay, so it's
significant.
decently sized, but like not like horizon spanning. Yeah.
So,
I'll be right back, and I'm gonna try to
Mhm.
like figure out if the deer's like just running about or if there's something more intelligent going on there.
All right. Are you guys following Serentis or staying put?
I mean, he did say he would be back.
Yeah.
He would never lie to us.
Our character, Sunfist, is a goddamn monk. We're not keeping up.
He's walking. You can keep
I'm
up with.
walking.
Walking
walking.
I
in.
assume you're fucking chasing after the deer. Excuse me. Okay.
I'm not
I have two
chasing after the
questions.
deer. I'm following tracks.
What's the questions?
Well, you said I'm assuming we can't really see the sky, right?
No.
Okay. How climbable are these trees? Are these like giant ass trees? Or are they like
They're giant trees, and
Okay.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Probably would not be able to.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, those were my two questions. But yeah, I'll stay here and wait, and I guess keep an ear out for any other signs of movement
Okay.
or encroaching figures.
So, Serenthus, I would say you don't have to walk very far. You can still keep the group within eyeshot. You watch as the prince all coalesce, going in a singular direction for stopping. And you look up, and the group is about 30 feet in front of you.
So effectively, what the group would see was Serenthus getting into one direction of the clearing, his form disappearing beyond the trees, and then walking out on the opposite end as he kind of just opens his mouth a little, looking completely flabbergasted. He says, "Okay, this is some like magical. Okay."
Watch an episode
Oh
of
dear.
Chainsaw Man like this.
So, as you guys stand there, passive perception of 16, Spitzer. You hear the sound of footsteps trudging in the distance toward you.
Oh my god. How far away could I guesstimate?
Probably on you in the next like 10 seconds.
Smell check. Smell check.
Suddenly,
Eyeball check.
this would be perception.
There's a reason I'm doing smell checks, is because I'm good at those. Says the 16. God fucking damn it.
Weirdly enough, you can't smell anything.
No.
Do
He's
you want to
distance away.
explore the rest of it?
Yeah, I was gonna do that next. You know, to someone approaching.
Oh, I was just enjoying standing here, not being aware of anything.
What were you looking at? The tree?
He was doing
There's
the
only
staring
trees.
face thing again. Could I determine where the footsteps are approaching from? Like who
You
is
don't need to.
approaching?
I'd like to turn in that direction.
In this time frame, you hear the snapping of branches. You look around, facing northward, coming out of the brush. Comes 1, 2, 3 smaller deer, and behind them, this hunched over figure that looms over all of you, even your tallest. Head is about maybe 7 foot up. The arch of the back, a foot longer than that. Kind of dressed in a mottled gray shawl that just leaves the face obscured in shadow and these two luminescent yellow eyes. Long, spindly arms clutch onto a staff, and you see that the cloak isn't made out of gray cloth so much as it's made out of sun-bleached raven and crow feathers. A mantle of horns, antlers stretch out on either side. Just stands there for a moment, eyes staring at all of you.
hello.
I was just waiting for the thirst. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, no, Sorrentus literally turns to the individual and just kind of like looks up. Now quickly says hello.
And I follow up with, we don't mean any trouble. We just stumbled upon this place.
And I think we've already
This is
managed to
him.
get lost.
As they are making their opening comment, could I try and roll some sort of history check? See if this is some sort of deity or urban legend of being that herds deer.
Yeah,
What
you
would
can
it be?
do a history check.
Could be better at those. Regardless, that's a solid average 10. I love 10. 10 is such an average number.
10. There is mention in the Bitter Coast of a being known as the Crowspeaker. Supposedly one of the last remaining druids after the disaster in Morva happened decades ago. And supposedly the Crowspeaker can grant those who cling to undeath a new meaning of life, and is commonly depicted with deer.
Oh, okay.
So as you say hello and we don't mean any trouble, takes a step forward, another one.
Are you the crow speaker by any chance?
That is I. None of you appear to be past the point of no return.
Yes, we're all very much fine, I suppose.
Yes,
Last I
we're all,
checked.
1 second. We are all very much alive as current. We simply got a bit curious following one of, I assume, one of the many undead you taken into here, which we got curious about because it was directly on our path, so we thought we might as well. And now we're here. Quite lost, so it seems. Surface here, literally walked off and found our way back here. So perhaps some insight could be nice.
You followed one on the path to a new life and to reach their destination. Should you not have wished to come here, you should not have followed.
To be fair,
If
the
I-
forest was in our way.
Yes, if I may, the clearing had sprung up on the way that we were taking back to a town, and we thought nothing of it.
Could be true. I will show you the way. And crooks a long arm, and it is better than he in this scenario does. You
Many
hear the
thanks.
sound of branches snapping as that same undead zombie from before comes out, and those of you who understand Elvish hear it whisper out a word of home. For the now named Crowspeaker turns, brings the left arm up, and long fingers, and the zombie's head follows it before down. And it's hard to explain how space warps, but in its place now stands a deer. Looks over its shoulder once. I will show the way.
I turn
Right.
now and start heading that way.
Many, many thanks.
As you begin moving, it isn't long before you come to what looks to be a smaller section that trees have been almost looks to be shoved back. There's a singular campfire in the middle that is alight and ablaze, smoke trailing off of it into the air. The Crowspeaker looks behind and says, I will be ready momentarily. And sits down, sets up this small, what looks to be made out of bone, holder, and slings a teapot over the side of it.
If I may, ready for what?
Guidance. Sit, please.
Is it sitting
Oh.
on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sit.
Okay. This is also going to sit on the ground, cross-legged, to its side.
The Spicer's gonna kneel down.
Joffrey awkwardly looks around for a hopeful stump or anything before just plopping on the ground.
There are no
It's comfortable.
stumps.
I'll say that it is comfortable. And as he sits down, fucking I keep saying he, as it sits down,
Stop misgendering your own NPCs.
there's a moment before, from within folds of this feathered cloak, pulls out, slotted between fingers and thumb, 4 wooden mugs, and pours out a single burst in each one for depositing what looks to be sprinkles of herbs. I'm not quite sure. And handing them over the fire, not really caring that the flame licks at its hand towards you.
I am going to take a cup.
Spicer will take one as well.
Joffrey takes
No reason
one,
not to.
gives it a sniff.
Since you sniff it, no smell. Opium.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
as you sit there, kind of awkwardly pondering between whether to drink or not to drink, Crowspeaker kind of head cocks down towards you all and says, "What is it that ails you all? I have not seen those in such disarray emotionally in quite some time."
I'm sorry, the only thing ailing me right now is the frankly dreadful weather of this area. This grove is very nice in comparison. I'm going to take a sip of the tea. How does it taste?
No taste.
I'm
Spicer,
beginning to think this is just heated up water.
this is literally just water.
Not all herbs dissolve in in water. He just like tossed them in for flavor.
No. So
So after like
He tossed
dipping his trunk in, taking a sip, and moving come 2 inches out of his trunk. Well, now to Grace Francis here. This place is a nice break from such harsh weather, but I do dread going back to it, I must say.
you are all
I say,
liars.
I say, a worm.
Hmm.
Oh, well,
You are all liars. Points one long crooked finger to Serenthus. Runner. 1 to Spicer. Satcher. 1 to Derry. Marked. 1 to Joffrey. Hiding.
I mean, well, in my case, I'm searching. One could definitely say yes.
So. It appears that the Weaver has seen fit to dump you on my lap. Intriguing. No matter. As you go to take like a second sip, there is now just an explosion of flavor. It's kind of sweet, warm, almost as if it's been mixed with cinnamon and honey at the same time.
The same time.
The same time.
Wow.
Holy
Same
shit.
time.
Oh my, this
Shut the fuck up.
tea is very good.
It is not tea.
What is it then?
Whatever you want it to be.
And hearing this, Joffrey finally takes a sip, embracing some great, great brandy.
Absolutely. It tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Wait, what does it taste like for Saranth?
I told you what it tastes for instance.
Honey? Okay.
does it taste like Crowspeaker as he takes another sip after these two very wild reactions of both euphoria and
Oddly enough, bone marrow.
Ugh.
I
But
don't know what
Well,
that tastes
I make
like.
sure to try mine too.
first sip, flavorless. Second sip, well, that's brandy.
Bastard.
It's a nice, it's a nice brandy. Nice, can't, can't, can't place the brand.
Could
Which
we
is
swap
ironic.
cups?
You can try some of mine if you'd like. I'm gonna pass
Nope.
him the honey cup.
Takes a sip. Does it taste like rubbing alcohol?
I was tempted for a second, but no, it tastes like honey cinnamon. But nonetheless, the Crowspeaker
that's
kind of
better.
watches you.
Pass it back then. You've got yours. I'm gonna take it back.
Sleight of hand. No.
I only said a sip. I only said a sip.
So, now that we are all watered and are under guest right, we can speak freely.
Really.
I would appreciate it truly if Pain herself was not to reawaken. I would appreciate it more so if the Weaver would stop meddling in my affairs, but here we are.
Well, it's. If this is the Weaver's doing, then you cannot really hold us
No, you are all
at
bound
fault.
by the throat to the fate of destiny.
Oh,
And
It will drag
delightful.
you, and it will drag you to and fro, lest you drown in the undertow. But I find myself curious as to how I can help.
I mean, I
Ruin the work of my herds quite drastically if pain was to be unleashed upon the coast. It would disparage what I have built. So if I can grant you boons, I can grant you knowledge within my capabilities. I will see to it. So mote it be.
Joffrey just looks like he's trying to bite his own tongue to keep from bursting out with saying what he wants.
Give me a car! I want a Prius!
The big titty mouth GF, I demand it now.
I'm gonna ask this in character. Because we'll say you're a bit quiet on my part, but I think that's just my bad. But I just gonna ask. Just to rephrase. So you wish for us to deal with this perhaps?
It is not about what I wish, it is about what is. You are all held together with a yoke of fate, yoke of destiny. And as you have found your way here, accident or not, it is now my purpose to assist.
Some information on what found its way into my head would be nice.
As you whine, Joffrey, it inclines its head towards Derry. And just every person that seeks to have connection with something larger than them opens a door that can be opened on both sides. You open to look in, it opens to look back. So, considering you decided, and it should not be knowing what it's saying, to look into a servant's head to the patron they serve, there is a reason why the patron decided to look back. Arcane potential is something that this continent has fought over for centuries. And now, in this third age, this age of clarity, and it says it like it's spitting the name out, people think they are on the cusp of something great. Even gods.
So it's just looking to climb a ladder.
No. Not exactly. It is looking to make you a herald.
Should I be worried about that, or
And that depends how great is your force of will. For if it is lacking, there is no use worrying. You've already lost. And if it is not, then maybe do worry. You still have the potential to lose.
okay? Well, great. Great.
Alright, well, if you want us to deal with this, then we did uncover some things in regards to the whole thing. I'm assuming you're aware of the Hellmouth caves that are not far from here?
No.
But you live here.
I live in a forest between. I do not live on the same locale as the rest of you.
Well, that's
And
no
as of
help.
current, you do not step on the same place that you once were.
Very well, in that case. So, in terms of this aspect of pain, Acacia, I believe, there was a group we encountered in the caves that had been feeding bodies into a bottomless pit or portal that, according to some notes we found, was being done for the purpose of satiating Acacia, though according to the same notes, it was also furthering her goals. Do you know anything about that?
Your mortal warlord ruler seems to be under the impression that satiating is the same thing as fending off, whereas her servants see it more as an appetite to be fed so that the tumor can grow.
So, feeding her is a bad idea. And she
Spider's
just
looking at a
spikes her
scope.
a look.
Spider's looking at a scope. Spider's looking at a scope. Spider's looking at a scope.
Yeah, Santa just like levels a glare at Spitzer.
Be certain. By feeding her, you are only accelerating a calamity event.
Santa's just like
Spider
dead staring at Spitzer.
pulls out a towel from his shirt pocket, wipes on his forehead, puts it back with his trunk, and just goes back to staring at the cup.
Someone owes
Oh.
someone an apology.
A great calamity. Ah, I see. And he's going to turn to Spitzer and say, like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable of the arcane, but I have very, very good intuition. Anyways, regardless, so how do we deal with this?
Well, By my guess, the first way to deal with it is to cut off the mortal head of the problem. Because if you do not, well, regardless of whether or not you consider yourself in the heroic mindset, I will put it blunt. You and yours and everything you might love upon this continent will soon be frozen over in ice. No deadline that I know of. But if you are lacking in motivation, there is.
Right, so by mortal head, you mean. Oh, you can't mean. Are you. I'm
I mean
sorry, are you.
Satan, yes. You're a warlord.
DM, what would I know about Simon? Because I'm assuming I know the basics of him being like.
The big bad.
Yeah, I'm more so meant an absolute fucking menace to deal with.
XP flashes before my eye.
To put it blunt, Black Air Force One energy, but no.
That tells me nothing. I don't know what the
So-
fuck you mean by that.
So, I won't have you roll like any kind of check for this. The most commonly spoken story of Sidon as a warning is there was a challenger who sought to take over, and Sidon put his fist through his head and into the mountain behind him, and the mountain is the thing that moved.
Sentis just kind of sits there for a second and says, I'm sorry, how are you expecting us to take him out?
I'm squishy.
Certainly.
You spew acid on people's faces. That's quite the compensation.
It still hurts.
Of the few sentient that have wandered in here over the passing years, I hear tales of Sidon. I hear this, I hear that. Punch Mountain, Break Metal. And yet, no one's, from what I know, have seen it for themselves.
I'm always assume that's because no one's survived seeing it for themselves.
Well, that would be foolish. He is a warlord. He needs to rule over terrain, which involves people. If no one survives, then there is no people, which means that your rule is negligible. From what
There's
I
always a chance
understand
to.
of mortal kind, it has always been a case of needing people to praise your accomplishments, or at least suffer in the misery of them.
So you're saying that, oh, he might be weaker than he would like people to believe.
No. I am saying power resides where people believe it resides. It's a trick. Shadow. And I personally think, and given that you are all here today, the Weaver seems to think that a few individuals can indeed bring down a dynasty. Because if you cannot stop Satan, then you cannot stop pain. And I am certain that along this journey, there might be times where you wish to quit, times where blood is bleeding from your lips when you try to speak, times where you might vomit from the stress of it all. But just as true as the weaver plucking on his loom, I have seen several strands which point to Satan in the ground and several individuals standing above him. You don't have to believe in fate to have desperation.
Right.
Well then. And he does look to the other as he. I don't particularly fancy living in a world encased in ice. I don't like the.
Does seem in seem in our best interest collectively.
Yeah, seaman.
All 5 of us.
Can ask around. From what I remember, when it comes to warlords, there is no limit to how many can challenge at once. It is a test of strength. And nothing is off limits.
You're suggesting a no holds barred cage fight with a
So you're yes.
warlord,
Are you?
with One Punch Man.
There's yeah. If there's no holds barred, what is stopping him from inviting his cohorts to help him out?
Ah. You might have seen in towns that you have passed that they are presided by one warlord. There is no god. There is no cronies who can jump in at any point. Warlords are demanded to hold that territory by themselves, lest they lose it. Titan is held to the same standard.
Hmm.
And when you kill starving people over the winter, when you punch those looking for warmth and seek to turn them to dust, you find yourself lacking in friends. Fear is powerful to my understanding, yes, but it is brittle. But if you do not want to fight him, poison him, demolish his tower, I don't care. I'm simply giving you the information that you asked for.
I would like to make an insight check on this guy. Is this guy just? Is it,
Did
it
we
just
just meet a
beefing?
crazy man in the woods?
Is this person?
No, what are you talking about? I'm not crazy.
I'm
Pass me
like,
that blunt.
you see,
See,
it seems
I
interested in us doing this thing, which makes a lot of sense, assuming what it's saying is true.
the
I'm
issue.
I'm trying to figure out if it's just beefing, or if it's like, yeah, this shit could be bad. You gotta do this shit, otherwise, like, things are going to be bad.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Austin?
Well, part of
I would've-
me, Austin, doesn't trust him because he's speaking in a French accent. Um,
It's not
It's
French.
vaguely
it's
European.
Germanic.
it reminds me of Luciana.
Oh shit. I
Luciana's
miss her.
is much more exaggerated, but
I
I
miss
get you.
her. I don't
So
actually.
roll that
She was a
insight
bitch.
check.
I would also
right.
like to
Plus
roll
0. Here we go.
Sure, Serenthis, you can roll too.
I'm mainly rolling to see if like
Uh, uh, uh.
what exact stake that like that it has in us doing this. Us specifically, I mean.
I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't say that's insight. I'd say that's more. This would be history or nature. For you. What stake
I
specifically?
just
That's
wanna,
history or nature.
I
So
just
we'll
want
get
to
to that
see
in just a
this,
second. What was the
this person's
insight?
true motives, like what he's really feeling. I rolled natural 1. Plus 0
Ah.
for
Well, there's your problem. You're considering this a person.
luck.
So,
this nature or history?
so you just turned an roll into a bad roll. That's a 5 total for
That's fine.
let's
That's
say
fine.
I
It's
don't
common
know
knowledge.
history.
History.
Yeah.
Most beings of higher
God, I'm
power
rolling
cannot
dog
actually
shit.
interact on the mortal plane unless summoned there.
Ah.
And there is a capstone to that. The actual tarnished and celestials cannot be summoned to the plane. Their power is too great, and that's why they lock themselves away. Someone like an aspect? Or something, rather? Potentially. But I will not keep you any longer. You
Yeah,
wish to return.
I have a critical question. What time
I
is
have a
it?
critical answer.
What time
Can't
is it?
tell.
What time was it? I should say.
In time. No.
We've missed our collective afternoon nap.
I don't remember what time it was that you got to the fucking caverns at.
I don't know either. I don't know how long it took
We
us to
didn't
get
we didn't
there.
long rest on the way there. We
No.
It was like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
It was like
so
an hour and a half walk.
It's effectively
right?
when you guys were coming in. It wasn't an hour and a half walk.
It was longer than that. It was
It
a
was
couple
like
of
half
hours.
a day.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
like 7
okay.
hours.
It was half of
so-
something. Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So I'd say right now it'd be approaching early evening. So but nonetheless, the Crowspeaker stands, and the fire kind of grows dim. But you wish to get to your town. I will show the way.
Xanthus is gonna nod and pass the cup back to them. Back to it, sorry. And once we get walking, he is going to get to this the crow speaker's side and is going to say, if I may, you seem to be very knowledgeable when it comes to primal forces and the like. Is my assumption correct?
It is.
What do you know of elemental gifts?
Titans and dragons and primordials. Depends on what. They are not usually granted, they are usually taken and passed down.
I'm assuming this and Saranthus, who has, even in this grove, occasionally been kind of just tapping his hands to give off a bit of a spark for warmth. He's going to tap his hands as, for a second, both palms are covered by this rust-like substance as it fades away. I'm assuming this does not ring a bell? He taps his hand again.
Correct. So just real quick, for my knowledge, that's the acid version of it?
Yes, the acid version. As he taps again, and his hands are covered by a layer of frost. Taps it once more to create a spark of fire.
Appears to be a gift of dragons. Though what kind, I do not know. Not the gem, to be certain, but metal, chromatic. Yeah. All blurs nowadays. I suggest whatever it is you are running from, you ask.
I'm afraid I can't.
Hmm.
And he is going to lower his voice to make sure that others do not hear. Hang on a sec. Yeah, Jesus, spider. Where did it go?
You fell off.
That's the one I mentioned, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you lower your voice.
as he says, you don't seem to understand how this kind of works, so I'm going to put it. If most people who are avoiding an area or person or group cannot freely return to that place or person or group to seek information. I'm guessing in your lovely grove that might escape.
It was not always this way. Tell me, how is Craquias'mar nowadays?
Well, it's I'd say it's quite lovely. I mainly prefer cities, and I'm not entirely sure if that's, well, your cup of tea. But
It was once.
interesting. I would say my home is rather nice. It's a very fresh feeling city. If you go out on any given morning, there's always new things to see, always new people to talk to. An ever spinning carousel of people and goods and all sorts of other things to enjoy. Very easy to get lost in a way that will ensure you are not. And I would say that is a very good quality of any city.
In years since, it appears that my city is notorious and you cannot really get lost in it.
And where would that be?
More of a beautiful place.
DM, I've heard a couple of things about Morva out of character, but I would just like to clarify how.
Morva is literally known as the Sixth City. It is a city of ruin and decay, and effectively what happened. And I will not require a roll for this because this is kind of common knowledge. If you want anything further, we'll require a roll.
Yeah.
Some druidic ritual blundered there, and that's what sparked the blighted fields, turning that whole land choking in decay and rot. And the only thing that lives there now are undead.
Yana grimaces and says, "Yes, it's not been doing the best in recent
Oh, I know.
years, decades. I've never been, though.
It was once more than an entity. I was once part of Maluka. Until such a time that calamity happened. You approach the edge of the tree line. Now you just see snow and the beginnings of sunsets, and in the distance, on a Dury. Points one long arm. There's your town.
Well, I suppose we'll be heading there then." And for one last thing, he's going to turn to the Crowspeaker and say, "Thank you very much for the information and the guidance. I hope your time in your grove is pleasant."
Or just some
Yeah.
of you wish to stay.
No.
As you all begin to get just to the exit, turn around, it stands there. Should any of you wish to escape your quest, return here and mayhaps I can see about allowing another living thing in here. Do not trust those you fear. And folds away into the shadows of the forest. Gone.
Good to know. Goodbye. Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
It's back to being
No,
cold.
I was asking the others.
Yeah, Saranthus nods and says, yes, I believe so.
Good, because I was going to ask him if he could teach me how to raise the dead, but I don't know. I think that might have ended up being too, I don't know, sacrilegious.
I mean, they seemed to be all about, well, prolonging the existence of those dead or undead or otherwise not living, so...
Right, but I
And
need
they
like
were living...
a manservant.
Well, you could just hire someone.
But that's
Pay
money.
them?
Yes.
Money doesn't grow on trees around here. It's so much easier to just raise a corpse.
I mean, if your problem is money and you're, competent in magic, would it not be easier to conjure a hefty sum? One that would ensure you would not have to worry about any kind of expenses?
I like my idea better. Get some
It seems
little
tedious.
manservant, carries my luggage around,
What are you going to do if its hand
fights
falls
for
off?
me. I just put it back on. The spell holds it together. And if it decays to a significant enough degree, I can just make it be a skeleton. Although, I'm still working out those arcane formulas, which is why I wanted to ask. I'm sure I'll get there.
Interesting.
I'm assuming this conversation is
Yeah,
happening
we're
while you're
walking.
walking.
Yeah,
we're
we're
walking.
walking.
walk
Staying
in.
completely still.
Stood there at the
Not
edge of
move.
the forest, just like,
You know, it's a Bethesda RPG. We're just standing perfectly still, talking to each
Yep.
other.
We're at
Hey,
like
you.
we see each
You're
other
under
from the
arrest.
shoulders up, straight on. That's how
Or-
we
Yeah.
talk.
Poor lip sync.
Oh, did someone steal your sweet? So, as you continue on, eventually you come back to the town of Durian Full, and sun is beginning to set.
Well,
So,
And-
what now?
I suppose, first and foremost, we find Delilah. Talk to her about, well, the evidence of our success. As I look to, I believe Joffrey has the biceps, right?
No, I do not.
No, it's Spitzer.
Why didn't Joffrey
He literally
take it?
just talked about getting a manservant to carry things for him. He's not carrying them now.
Honestly true.
Joffrey
Very
gives
true.
off big "I carry stuff" vibes.
He does
He,
not.
he
You are
quite literally
lying.
told the druid, "I'm squishy."
So,
Yeah, as a kind of fighter, kind of with a bit of a grimace. But I do think we should maybe insinuate that we do have something else we want to discuss. But oh, we're very, very tired, and want to take a nap. You know, get our energy back, all that, and that we would love to talk to her in the morning in full, privately.
We could just hold this
Then
off
we
until the
should
morning.
wait. Because
It's already pretty late.
yes, I would be very suspicious of individuals coming back to report to me and then withholding further information for the reason of, "Oh, but I'm sleepy."
Be a little weird to cut it off right in the middle to say I've got to go to bed and then
Precisely.
I'm
Come
more
back later.
so saying that
just from a social perspective, it's
one,
like
I could use some rest, and two, I don't know if this is going to be a case of if we don't show up this evening, she's going to assume we perished in the tundra.
Oh no,
mean-
there's no way.
I was
it did give you, like 2 days.
okay,
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah,
about
they
that.
give
My
you
bad, my bad.
there's definitely a possibility of this being like a multi-day situation. So yeah, like
We just got it done quick.
she'll
We're
be
so efficient.
she'll be here, whether she
Yes,
thinks we're alive or dead.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere. Well then, to
Definitely
the inn, I
not.
suppose.
So,
It would be disastrous if she died.
as you head back to the Nag's Head, across the building across the general store, you see it says Smith's General. Above there appears to be two dwarven individuals working on the shingling. It looks to be a father-daughter combo. You can tell by the matching beards.
Aww.
And as the daughter
Do they have like
brings
matching braids or something?
Yes.
Aww.
as the daughter brings her arm up with the hammer, like where the dad's kind of like already wincing where he's holding the nail, she slams it down, it cracks his thumb, and he just goes, "Fucking, you are getting right on my fucking tits, Morgana. If you can't get your and they just continue arguing as you go back in, and you just all you hear is
Scottish
just-
swearing. God.
no, that's not Scottish. That's literally British swearing. And he
Whatever.
says, "You're getting right on my fucking tits." That's when you get into the building, and that's when you hear
Oh god.
a body fall, and you look, and it's the dad that's
Oh god.
reaches up with a handprint on his cheek.
I can't believe that Willow jumped off a 2-story building just to give us that sound effect.
Hold on.
No, Willow, no. We are on the second floor. Do
dedication
not
is
give him
wild.
ideas. Do not give her ideas. I swear
Sound
to
of window
So-
opening.
As you head in,
I am going to like wave to the bartender. If it's the same guy that I arranged my performer's gig,
Give
With-
me a
Yes.
drink,
I looked at you.
bartender.
as
he looks at you, and just like, "Oh, it's you lot. Nice, nice, nice."
hello. Terribly sorry if I'm late, though we didn't really agree on a set time.
No,
You said
no,
I
no,
could just
no,
play in the
It's
evening,
all right.
and
It's
it
all
is
right. They're
evening.
all pissed out, drunk. No one's gonna complain.
Delightful.
So I know one person that wants to hear. And coming marching out. Like it's like the sound of bare feet on like tiles when you're slightly sweaty. So you can just hear the pops, and you see this grung again with the fake beard Ern come out. He's like, Hey.
Hello, Ern.
He's been waiting all day to see you.
It
Delightful.
sound like he's a fucking escort.
Gotta earn
This
your
is gonna put down the bag and retrieve the The fuck is it called in English? What did I call it?
We've-
I
I
decided
think
not
we've
to refer
been
to
over
it
this every single time
Yeah.
it's come up.
a dulcimer. Yes, dulcimer. That's the word. I forgot the word this time. As he pulled up the fucking dulcimer thing, and is going to say, "Right, is there any empty tables?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to turn to the rest of the group and say, "Well, I'll be with you shortly, but as he taps the dulcimer, my work calls."
Give
As-
him a
Let's
quick
go.
show.
He kind of just
Most-
frowns and says, "Don't say it like that."
Alright.
As he effectively
Let's fucking go.
Most socially competent Overwatch player.
the total social competency of this party is like a
Negative
6
one.
out of 20.
Barry is going to order a drink and have a seat.
One silver.
Oh yeah.
Um.
Oh yeah. Joffrey wouldn't miss this for the world.
Okay. Any of you that are
Fuck's
any of you
sake,
that
fuck you
are getting
guys.
a drink, that's 1 silver, and looks towards you. And he's like, "Do you know the play, The Crown and the Gown?"
Do I know that one?
No.
He gonna says, "No, I don't think I do, but I do have something that I think you'd
About
like."
Vihar's lover.
Do I know that one?
You know the dead version.
He kind of just says, "No, I
Okay.
Ern, you're gonna have to trust me on this."
Can I play a song of my people?
Sing
Do you have your own
Wonderwall.
instrument?
What did you say, Strenthus?
Do you have your own instrument?
Yeah.
Which is?
Immediately pulls out a
Dude, he was,
A
dude was ready to rock.
a little pan flute,
Oh fuck
like one of
yeah!
the ones across, and just walks up to Joffrey and just stares at him as he begins playing, eyes not blinking, just locked on to you. And then
How
after
good
about
is he? Hang on, how good is he? I need to know.
Alright, 1 second.
Why is he
Gotta roll
looking
for
at me though?
As
He's psyching you out. This is psychological warfare.
as a rather haunting tune is played, like it's very desolate, but it's good. Just stares at Joffrey
How
the
good is
whole
it on a
time.
technical level? Like in terms of the actual notes he's playing and
I don't
melody
fucking know,
tempo?
good.
Okay, good.
Joffrey
And,
will.
It sounds good.
Looks-
It's gotta sound
Joffrey,
good.
Joffrey will.
Looks at you. Sorry, carry on.
Well, if he's just unblinkingly staring at Joffrey, Joffrey's just gonna stand up and walk to be behind Serenthus.
He will just move over and keep following you the whole way.
I want
doesn't
to.
need to look into your eyes.
I'm specifically trying to put Serenthus between me and him.
Right, he rounds Serenthus just to stare at your back and do it, which is even more creepy. And
So this is gonna
Eventually-
get away from Joffrey and is going to take a seat at the table, setting up the open dulcimer case as
Right.
quick as a tip
now,
box
as
on
this
the
is
table.
going on, about after about like a minute and a half, the bartender comes back in. He's like, "Ern, what the fuck are you doing? No. And he's like, and mid kind of, he's like,
Don't get
How
really
are the
get the
people
spray
of
bottle.
the How are the people of the Nag's Head reacting to his music? I am curious.
no one else is awake. There's like about 6 people in here that are drunk and just dozing, and the bartender looks over and is just like, "How many times do I have to fucking say? Do not play funeral hymns in this fucking bar. It's not a funeral hymn.
Oh, thank
It's
God he
wishing
stopped.
for
I
one."
was, I was going to vomit on him.
You really should get that checked out. What? Just 1 second.
I have
Nobody,
GERD.
nobody talk. He's gonna make sure
Everybody
the
shut the
dulcimer
fuck up.
is. No, literally, as he individually plucks every single string of the dulcimer, occasionally twisting a couple knobs here and there. He says, "Okay, so, oh, haven't done this in a while," and he is going to start playing on as just a quick bit of a warm-up song. This rather cheerful yet peaceful tune.
It's better than the funeral.
And after he's kind of gone warmed up, he's going to start singing in Draconic. It effectively sounds a bit better than that. Do I need to roll a performance check?
Are you attempting a strenuous song?
Not really, but I am attempting to get people's attention to maybe make some extra cash.
Okay, then that is performance.
Natural 20 for a total of 24.
One person
Does-
comes jerks up, is like, "Oh, sounds sick," and just lobs 2 copper your way.
Does Joffrey recognize the tune?
$2. Hell yeah.
I wouldn't say so, considering where Serenthis grew up. You recognize the words that are being said, Serenthis, if you would like to describe the words being said.
It's effectively
A funeral barge.
no, it's effectively a very, very cheerful song about the inherent dangers and beauty of the sea.
Because I've got my mace, and I love my wife with the ugly face.
It's a very cheerful, peaceful song
So,
as well.
It's the
He's not playing
Wellerman.
any of the more
God damn
intense
it.
stuff.
Eventually,
Wellerman.
It is effectively a sea shanty, yes.
I fucking love she shanties, dude.
They're-
she santies. I
Love
agree
she
with you.
shanties.
I'm
She
sorry,
shanties.
I fell over myself in happiness. Continue.
So eventually, you can indeed head to bed if you would like.
Yippee.
Before
After
bed,
you're done,
Yeah.
Darius says.
that's where I'm alive. I'm
After you're done,
alive.
Darius says, "Offer's still open."
Offer for what? I forgot. I out of
Gay
character. I don't remember.
sex.
One.
Sex.
Hmm,
No.
sex.
Um.
Out of character. I
When
did
you
not
were
remember.
when you were playing, Derry mentioned that he had told stories to music a little bit back at his home.
Oh, yes. Come, sit down then. And
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
gonna
were
just
done.
mention real quick. Man, I can go for another one.
Well, it's a
It
little.
really is gay sex.
It's
It's
kind
like
of a.
for bards. Like
It's a
Neither of you
gloomy
are bards.
story. And you seem to be playing something a little more upbeat.
yes, well, as he does end the song, as he finishes off the instrumental, plucks the final couple strings, he goes, "Start telling the story. I'll make it work." As his hands just hover over the
Okay.
dulcimer.
It's been what, an hour? My cup's probably empty, or I probably got another one. I'll mark off another silver.
So then this is, as like Darius thinking, is going to go to the bar and like get a drink as well, just down in one gulp, and then
spending
go
all your
back.
earnings.
No, I am spending the 2 silver for whatever they have to offer.
Ale.
I'll take it.
And yeah, Derry comes over, sits down, and do you want to hear a whole story, or do you want to just?
It's up to you, man.
Up to you. You can just say you tell a
Alright.
gloomy story if you want to. I don't mind.
I have a story ready.
Ooh.
So, Derry settles down and he leans over and says, "I'm not a singer, okay? This is not like a epic poem. It's more of just
Spoken
You know.
prose thing can also work. Don't worry.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a poet. Nice.
Hey, shut up."
Don't be mean to him. You made him
Joffrey
sad.
unironically fucking laughs at that.
Ernest sat on the bar, like it's.
I don't mean that in a mean way, okay? But
off of it, his fake beard is kind of drooping down even more.
I'm just so bad for him.
Don't. He
To demonstrate for
has
Lunar's
killed
eyes, he said
many
like this.
people
No.
he is
Oh.
killed.
Many lives were lost because of him.
That's
He's
kind of just.
harmless. Well, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children.
Sounds kind of just like nudges there in a very clear gesture. Don't be a dick. Come on.
Yeah, you got to heckle the crowd back, okay? It's at least where I come from.
Half of them
Anyway.
are half asleep, and the other half is fully asleep.
No
Say your words,
pressure.
Magic Man.
Well, once upon a time, there was a lawman. The lawman had captured a deadly criminal, a noose salesman who had acquainted the locals with his fashion sense far too splendidly. So he was judged to be worthy of death and was beheaded with a heavy blade. But his body stood back up, pulled out a silver needle and thread, and sewed his head right back on. He was given poison to drink, but he vomited a river full of bile that flooded the streets. He was disemboweled, but his flesh coiled like the fresh ropes he sold, and refilled his body with the living guts he required. It was then that he revealed that he could only perish if he were hung from the highest tree. And so the lawman took him on the journey toward where the highest tree stood, and on their way, they ran into a lumberjack who was traveling the same way. The lawman asked her of her destination, and she said that she would fell the tallest tree in the world, and her woodsmanly instincts drew her there. The lawman realized that if the lumberjack cut down this tree, not only would this noose salesman, but more of his kind, would be unkillable if such a tree were felled. The lawman tried to convince her to abandon her mission 3 times. Once with reason, that the tree would be too strong. A second time with emotion, that she would feel disappointment, if indeed the tallest tree could fall to a simple lumberjack. And a third time, with a threat, that she would kill her should she put such a tree in danger. And to all 3 objections, the lumberjack responded the same way, that she was drawn to conquer the woods, and she was compelled to follow her heart. All this while, the noose salesman, in shackles alongside the lawman, watched in silence, and watched in silence still, as the lawman cut down the lumberjack where she stood. The lawman shed many tears, for they did not wish to kill this lumberjack, who indeed was only following the call of her heart. And as they cried, the noose salesman laughed until the lawman asked him what was so funny. And he said she need not have died, not at all. This confused the lawman, and so the noose salesman explained to her. And so the noose salesman explained, you must not have realized there's always going to be a highest tree. That is the end of the story.
Joffrey gives
Effectively,
clap.
as
Ah,
Darius
shut up.
begins, something starts a rather neutral sounding tune. Honestly, to those experienced with music, it might just sound like a run or two of scales. As then, once he gets a feel for the story, he does tick up into this rather fast-paced, but still very odd and kind of haunting melody that oscillates in tempo and it almost has like this meditative quality to it, stopping at the right spots to accentuate the story as he finally plucks one last string as the story completes.
Both of you can take inspiration. So, is there
Thank
anything
you. It's
anyone
been a
else would
while,
like to do
Sir
before
Anthus.
bed?
Oh, that was very nice.
Spicer's actively stopping Surface. Like before he goes to bed.
But yeah, I'm assuming with that we're
Perfect.
heading to the room. I mean,
So
Saranthus says
Spicer
at
is
least.
stopping
Yeah,
Saranthus?
but he as like starts packing up things, says to Derry, that was a very odd story. My tip, just as some
Oh
as
yeah, any
someone
feedback.
rather. Oh yes, no, the story was lovely. Your prose is just top notch. The subject material, on the other hand, now don't get me wrong, I'm certain this crowd does not mind, as I point to them. Mainly,
I
I'm
told you it
assuming
was a
half
gloomy
asleep
story.
people. Oh yes, certainly, I'm well aware. But most people in more awake states would be perturbed by this. Let's just say that.
It depends on the crowd. I wouldn't tell this in the midst of revelry, of course.
Good, good. So long as you know how to pick your material.
Of course. They're all asleep, and that guy seemed to like it.
How did Ern react to this story? I need to
There is
know.
not a thought behind those eyes. This is just white noise.
Oh no, God! The music like just zonked him out. Hell yeah! I think he's owned it. I don't think. Oh, hi, Spicer.
Yes, hello. As you surely noticed, I've been quiet for quite a while now. That is simply because I've been more or less thinking my actions, whatnot. I'm here to formally apologize. For some reason, my impulse control simply got the better of me for reasons I do not know why. I spent a long while thinking about it. Perhaps a bit too long. But long enough to realize that I am, in fact, a bit of a dumbass, one could say. And I simply wish to apologize for such ignorance. I should have
Well,
seen it myself that such a pit would hold such a thing, but the desire was there, and I did nothing to stop it.
well, apology accepted, though, and don't get me wrong, but if we proceed with this whole thing and eventually fuck up and live to see our failure through, I will hold it.
Please do.
That being said,
In addition, I'd like you to tell the others I'll be outside for this rest. But as I said, I'm here
Why?
to complete my star chart.
Oh, well, you want a second coat or something? It's rather cold out.
I'll be fine. My thick skin helps me.
Well then, but yes, maybe don't go tossing bodies into random pits. Usually not a good idea. But I mean, well. Hey, and
Yes.
he's going to kind of just raise the glass before putting it down, with the dregs of ale in it. Says, here's to us not failing with this whole thing and seeing and getting to live with our failure. As he drinks it all down and places it on a table. And he's going to go to
Indeed.
the room.
Okay,
Let's both your heads outside.
gotcha. So, I'll say with that, you can all take a long rest.
Yippee!
I get to click the button. I get my spell back. Holy shit!
Low-level forecasters. I get so
Level 3
excited.
is such a pain. Ah.
So, as you all awaken and with relative ease meet each other downstairs, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Oh my god. I haven't had time to think about it. I thought we were going to roleplay sleeping for 8 hours. Hold on.
I'll see you back here in 8 a.m. my time. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Come
respect
downstairs.
Morning, everybody.
breakfast,
Morning,
coffee.
Ern.
Spectres probably still outside, probably dozed off. After
Right.
like 2 hours. For the sake I
What the
can actually
fuck got
take one
said
rest.
just then? Because there was a lot of people talking at once.
As Serenthus gets down it's a 1-floor building, is it? Or is
Two.
it 2 floors? Yeah, 2 floors. As he gets down to the actual main area, he's going to greet everyone as he says, morning, everyone, and looks off towards the bar stand and says, good morning, Ern. I knew he'd be there.
I had hoped it had fled in the night. That's unfortunate.
He, I believe, happens to, if not live here, then work here
Are we
at least.
sure it's a
So
he? Are you sure
he's
this?
not
It's not
corrected
just
me, so I'm going to assume yes.
I don't know if it's capable of correcting you. I don't.
Little did you know I actually have earned stat block.
I swear to God.
Oh no.
I'm going to, as Sorrenthus takes a seat, he's gonna like wave over to Ern.
No, what do you?
Aaron comes marching
Yeah.
over.
I'm
all
glad
business.
Spectres outside
Oh
slumbering.
God.
Thank
Fake,
fuck.
fake,
Oh, God,
fake
it's
beard
getting closer.
swishing. Yeah.
Hi Ern, could I get a coffee, please?
Of course.
And just something to eat for
What kind?
breakfast.
What kind?
What kinds do you have again?
Blinks once. Yeah, I'll get you coffee.
Yeah, it's lovely. Oh, sorry, I need a fucking moment. I can't with this guy. I love him. He's driving me insane. I'm terrified of him. As Sventus then continues, and just to make sure, is him all right with you?
Yeah.
As Sventus like kind of just like jumps in
Insight
and says,
check.
see what I mean?
Instant check.
As he
an
looks
inside
at-
check.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Plus
Yeah,
zero.
you can do it if you want to.
You know what? I want to insight check him. Hang on.
Insight check for Rona.
18 plus 4, 22.
Is Joffrey inside chicken?
Sure, why not? That is a
he lying about
whopping.
his pronouns?
That is a whopping 13 plus 2 for 15.
And what did Stronthus get?
24. Wait, sorry, 22. Apologies.
22.
Bad at math.
Okay. Nice.
See what I mean?
For God's he's sapient. I
Yeah.
think that just makes it worse.
It really doesn't. Thank you very much, Ern. As kind of just nods and.
I got a coffee too.
What do you want?
Coffee.
I'll take coffee.
Joffrey, do you want me to order for you?
Coffee. Alright.
Child. I'm gonna magic missile this frog into next week.
Michael, I'm surprised the giant elephant has gone unnoticed. Of being slumbering.
Outside.
Yes.
Speaking of which, where. Hang on, did Spitzer return to the room?
I was waiting for
No, I am
Ur to
asking.
fucking
I'm
respond.
asking, kid. Spitzer returned to the room. Shit. I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on him.
Okay.
Ern
Nay,
is
I'm
just
gonna,
stood there
like-
because you guys didn't say you were finished ordering.
We're finished ordering, please go away.
I'll be back shortly.
Take all the time
Can we take him
necessary.
with us? Can we take him with
Fuck
us?
no.
I
You just
love
hear the
him.
sounds of his
He can
feet
cook
marching.
for us.
You hear the sounds of his feet marching away and the beard swishing as he shoves open doors.
Delightful. I love this creature so much. But yes, Serenthus is going to quickly go outside and like see if I see Spitzer's
Yeah,
form
he's
anywhere.
easy. You see him.
Yeah, you find like a little tent propped up somewhere.
He's gonna like eventually knock on the tent first, kind of just to get his
Out in
attention.
the middle of the street.
Spitzer,
In the
It's almost
middle
like
of
slightly out town. Not enough as to where it's like wilderness, but like slight out there.
Oh, you're out of town.
That's what I
Takes like 2
imagined,
minutes
because
to get over there.
if bro is out there holding a light, that's gonna affect my ability to, I can't see these stars. It's too much
motherfucker's
light.
concerned about medieval levels light pollution.
I don't care. Light is light. Fuck, especially glasses.
Oh, the
What's
light
that shit?
pollution.
This man, I
The light
yeah.
All right, so eventually you find him and you can wake him up.
Oh,
Spitzer.
dude. Ugh.
Oh, you didn't freeze to death. That's real.
Like I said, thick skin.
Yes, that's lovely. We're having breakfast, and I'm pretty sure that if I don't get back before Ern gets back with our food and drink, that Joffrey might have a breakdown.
Aaron, get us the
that'd be
works.
terrible. Oh god, I can hear him from here. Yes, do it, do me a favor and order me some good old porridge. That'd be nice.
I
Is-
will.
is-
Do you like? Do you drink coffee? They have coffee apparently here.
Do you have coffee? I haven't tried it.
I
I've been
don't
meaning
know
to,
what
so.
kind.
It
I don't
could
know
be
what-
coffee.
Well, okay.
It has
I
the
think it's
potential to be
coffee.
coffee.
It might be.
Hey, when one's experimenting with alchemy, you must be prepared to make mistakes.
I'm sorry. What now?
Oh no.
Well,
I am
if they
about
have,
to drink
they
a
have this
fucking
coffee.
Soluble.
if they have this
well,
coffee, I'm willing to try it. I haven't had coffee before. I'd be good to see how it actually tastes.
then take a sip of mine, see how you like it. I don't know if I will like it, to be honest. But yes, I'll ask Ern if they've got porridge.
Anyway, I'll run off now before Joffrey loses it. I'll be collecting my
Yeah.
stuff, so I'll be there in a bit.
So,
If you take
Don't
a
be
sip,
long,
does that make
and
you
I am
sip
going to
through?
go.
so eventually you get back, and you get back just in time to see Ern serving, and Spitzer will be here in a couple minutes.
Xanthus slides
Ern
into
pulls 3 mugs steaming and held stacked atop one another in one hand, and puts it down gently on the table, reaches up, grabs top 2 and puts them down, a little bit of a slam, and then brings 2 jars out from behind him, one labeled salt, one labeled sugar, places it down in several spoons, and then just, "Oh, it works," and then just marches off.
Oh, Ern, sorry to grab your attention again, but could you also get us a bowl of porridge, please? Spitzer will be joining us in a bit.
Alright.
Thank you.
And as you see, yeah, no, as you sit down, it doesn't take. As you sit down, just before you go take a sip, the bartender from last night kind of like walks in and stops dead, seeing the 2 jars and the several mugs in your hands, and goes, "Please tell me you didn't add anything."
Not yet. I am going to try this first without any
Right.
additives.
So quick thing before you decide to, do the thing. Ern is of the opinion that sugar and salt should be labeled differently, because you should have a little bit of sugar and a lot of salt on your day-to-day. So the labels are swapped around. So I'd be careful.
I have a question.
I figured that
What's
might
up,
be
mate?
the case.
Why do you employ him at all?
I'm gonna like kick Joffrey under the table because like, what kind of question is that
Good
to
question.
ask?
No, it's a very valid question.
Wait.
All
Sorry,
of the
mate.
food
Mate, what
we've-
did you say? I didn't hear
Why do you employ him?
you. He employs me, mate.
Oh, I see. And it's a successful business.
Joffrey, you've
Yeah,
had
I'd say so.
food here before. The food is good. The room is fine. It seems to be that. Leave the poor man alone.
I think we're in greater peril than we thought.
Saranthus is going to open both jars. He's going to dip a finger into the one with the labeled salt. And as Snake Tongue slips out to try a bit,
Oh, it's a mixture of both salt and sugar. Ern's gotten creative recently.
as he closes the jar and puts a spoon on top of it and says, "Do not open this. Do not add it to your coffee.
Oh,
I
I
regret it."
wonder why.
Spicer walks in, sees the sugar. Oh, good, you had just sugar. I could use some
So
of
it
that
just
right now.
slams
No.
his hand on the jar and says, "1 second, we've not tried this one yet." As he's going to take the jar of sugar, open it, dip another finger in, and also taste test it. Is it also sugar mixed with salt?
A second.
Oh no, he's rolling! He's fucking rolling! I'm scared! He's rolling percentile dice!
That's for the
I
ratio.
don't know what he got, I'm scared!
It's actually
Just-
yeast.
There's a slight
Oh
chemical
my
taste to it.
Sorry, what?
There's a slight chemical taste to it. It is salt, sugar, a little bit of flour.
Saranthus
Don't trust the condiments.
sighs, closes the jar of sugar, stacks on top of the salt jar, puts the spoon on them, moves them away from everyone, and says, "Apologies to everyone who takes their coffee with, well, sugar or anything else."
And then you go take a sip of the coffee, and it is black tea.
So, question: what are the
Okay with
mugs
this.
made of?
Ceramic.
Ceramic. There
Human
is a-
skulls.
He'd do that. There is an imperceptible cracking sound as Saranthus's hand tightens over the cup.
Eventually,
You said you're-
Freeze in and
Joffrey
out.
just kind of mage hands the bad jars away so that he doesn't have to think about them being abominations that not even
So,
Sorrenthus could polite
as-
his way out of.
as
Yeah,
you
what
as
if
you
I,
do this.
well.
No, so sorry, real quick. As you do this, so Derry did ask for the works, and Ern leans out of the two switch doors and just says, beard kind of flipped over one shoulder to keep out of the way of the cooking, because he is sanitary, believe it or not. You say the works. You want alcohol works or non-alcoholic works?
Look at Saranthus.
You want daytime drinking?
What? No. I thought when we said works, we meant, food.
Yeah, it's food.
Non-alcoholic. please.
Put alcohol in your food.
Oh,
Alright.
Pussy.
puts the blowtorch away.
Oh, dickhead, bro. Don't put fucking alcohol in your food, yeah. No. So, eventually, it's about maybe 6 minutes before Ern frog marches out, no pun intended. A platter held on one hand above his head, a bowl held down by the chest. The bowl has got a large spoon in it, and that is indeed the porridge, and sets down both. The platter consists of these square, what looks to be sausage patties, several like piles of toast, complete with butter and what appears to be lingonberry jam. There is a pitcher of juice of what kind you're not quite sure, and several well, I say several. A bowl of scrambled eggs, a bowl of what looks to be fried mushrooms. Your choice if you want to try those ones. And several knives and forks.
All right.
First
thank
and
you very
foremost, Spicer nods to her and as goes, "What a nice garden." As I'm going to begin vacuum sucking this porridge from my trunk.
Oh,
That's your nose, bro.
that's your nose.
Your nose.
Cry about
Man
it.
doesn't know how the
I'm okay,
fucking
I'm sorry,
anatomy
just-
works.
As someone who accidentally inhaled a piece of skin, choked on a piece of skin and got it stuck in my nasal cavity, no.
I'm an elf and I'm built different.
No,
Relax.
that's not how that's
You
that's
really
not how that
aren't.
works.
I'm built different. Relax. I'm built
They can
different.
siphon a limited amount of water, as in, liquids.
Liquid?
not
This is liquid enough. What do you mean?
Porridge is a semi-solid.
Yeah, semi-solid. There's like 50% liquid there.
So
I
much
can suck
snot
that.
Fine,
is
I
gonna
am
get
going
dragged in
to-
there.
Just beat your face in the concrete. No.
So-
Okay, fine,
Oh.
fine, fine, fine. Okay. Spicer lifts the bowl up with his fucking trunk. Like a civilized person, grabs a spoon, eats it like directly next to his mouth. You
Hell
happy?
yes.
You
Yeah.
happy?
Yes.
I
Okay.
am fulfilled. I'm happy. This is great. This is
God.
lovely.
It's like Master Splinter trying to teach the turtles to not keep food in their shells.
What do you mean? If it's semi-solid, I can suck it.
Quote that.
That's going to
Put that on your
cancel.
profile, or
So, eventually breakfast is had. What would you guys like to do?
second
Second
Come on.
breakfast.
Rick.
My mouth's full.
Okay.
Spicer doesn't eat with his mouth full.
So, I suggest we get the talk out of the way with Delilah.
Yes, I suppose it's time for that.
I think beforehand we should decide on how we're approaching this. I would prefer not to intimidate her and threaten her, given that she is decently close with Cassian, and that would probably not end well for us.
Not, that would probably be the smartest idea. Using those things we found would definitely be emergencies, obviously, but we should just take this as we did the job, we're back, and simply seeking to pay, as promised.
Yes, and I think after that we could start to needle about the fact that of trying to figure out if she knows anything.
I'll leave that to you.
It'll be a I imagine she'll have questions, and the nature of those questions might shape how we handle the discussion. If she asks us nothing, that'll be very strange.
Oh, yes, absolutely. If she asks us nothing, she knows what's going on.
Well,
will just say-
counterpoint, she just doesn't care.
I will just say the
No,
most
I think
alarming
she
thing as a
does.
DM is like slightly spacing out and then realizing I might have missed crucial conversation.
We're effectively discussing our plan as to how we're approaching Delilah, and the idea is to like keep track of how she reacts to us and the information we give her, see what kind of questions she asks, if she asks questions at all, and like
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Thank
Effectively,
you,
we're
because
just-
I didn't want to have to
All good.
sit there and be like, she walks out and leaves you in the office.
Bye.
So Delilah, about that payment, where are you going? Delilah!
It literally is a
Delilah
Bethesda
comes to
game.
DSC
with
is the worst- yeah.
the NPCs
myself,
have.
that's not myself. I almost made a
She
very
just
terrible joke.
T-posing
Oh,
floats out the doorway.
I'll
I
meet
needed
you
to
at the
stop
burial ground.
myself. I need a
Delilah,
minute.
God damn it!
I need to get this out of my mind. I'm not making that joke.
So,
Don't say it.
so,
The
continue.
pee-pee-poo-poo man.
Well, we made the mistake of showing up early last time, and I think we've eaten enough breakfast to avoid making that mistake this time. So,
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we
ready
should
to set
probably.
off if everyone else is.
I mean, we should probably go there by like.
at least
Late
10%
morning?
of my brain power is occupied watching this gif of this guy running up to these kids, eating something, and then running away.
Oh, Monster House. Whatever.
Quick away
I
from
love it.
it! Quick away from the
Have you
bed!
been watching that this whole session?
No, it's just there, and I'm like every time I clicked on campaign quotes, like, oh, cool. I don't like staying in the threads because it's not a real channel, so I go to the channel above it, and there it is. Can't.
I'm sorry, I am obsessed with the fact that you apparently don't like staying in a thread because it's not a real channel. What?
Yeah, it's a fake channel.
So,
Did you just apply the concept of liminal spaces to fucking Discord?
so,
He did.
please.
Anyways,
Let's
My
I think
party,
we
let's
head
go
out.
see
my
the wild.
party of adventurers,
Yes.
please. Adventure.
Yeah, I think we
We're
head out.
adventurers?
Yeah, we
This,
leave.
this breakfast was
Yes.
an adventure, okay?
Yeah.
Not be hating.
I see now why people hated the Kennedys.
Nothing bad ever happens
no.
to the Kennedys.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. What?
I will just say, as you guys are walking, I'm very sad because I was gonna take a drink of water and then saw that a fly had died in my cup.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As we're walking, I will be right back.
Oh, good, you can fill my cup.
Servant.
So, as you guys are continuing to Delilah, we're gonna take a quick couple-minute break because Lunar's dying in the background, and I need to stretch because it's 20 degrees and it's 1 a.m.
Zam.
Word.
5 nights at
I'm sorry, I need to inform everyone that yes, there is in fact a fly in the fucking cup, and it is very funny. I'm sorry. There's no water in the cup. There's just a fly.
Wait, so if he had gone to take a sip, there was.
It's an empty cup.
If he
No,
had
there
gone to
really
take a
Must be a
sip-
pretty.
The fly
like-
drank
Hey,
all of
drink
the
you have
water and
there.
then died?
Like 2 droplets
that's
of
canon.
water. A fly cannot do that.
According to all known laws.
No. Don't you dare. Okay, be right back.
Bees should
Huh.
not be able to fly.
Bees?
Bees? I hate bees. I killed them. And then I revived them as my undead servant.
Hey, that's my shtick. Get your own.
That's Joffrey's stuff. I'm doing my own stuff in this funny little campaign I call Real Life. Do you reanimate bees into undead warriors at night? I don't think so.
Sometimes. You don't
On
know
what-
me.
On what day?
Saturday, because it's my day off.
Tuesdays, because it's the only day it works.
Okay, Dad.
How are you doing it?
Fuck off.
Oh, it's actually Bees Day. The secret day no one talks about.
The weird
No one wants to admit.
secrets 8th day.
Yeah, the bees day happens at
You
the
have to-
last day of every month.
No, you just have to be there.
Hey,
I'm-
yeah, you gotta fly on over. Gotta swing by.
No.
Gotta swoop by, you know? And then you gotta contact that nutritious energy into the bees, the dead bees that you killed with a sledgehammer, and then they come back. You are
This is
their
a-
queen/king. You are the bee.
Hands crown, you dropped this king.
This conversation is
Exactly.
appalling.
I'm gonna
That's-
fucking kill
exactly.
you when you sleep.
Exactly. Don't want to be nothing in your
Ah!
water.
Get out of my
If you
head,
see
get out of my
this
head, get out of my
white
head.
misty stuff in your water, don't worry about it.
You piss in my water.
No.
You fucking piss.
There's Misty Step and then there's Pisty Step. You know?
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything
One
as
used
that
at
would incriminate
parties,
me.
the other used in combat.
Wait, what?
Want to see how hard I can piss?
Dude, holding your piss for like 30 minutes, go to piss, super death laser.
Sounds like a pressure hose slapping against a tin roof.
Exactly. The death laser. You don't want a death
The
laser?
best
That's
part
cool
is
as shit.
that Lunar will not take this out of the recording. All of this is going in, and it's great.
Exactly.
God.
Like, my super laser piss. Like, and
I hit
even
it
when
with
it's
the
not
piss
super laser piss,
beam.
even when it's not super laser piss, and it's just normal piss, even then, I just turn on the shotgun nozzle, and whoa!
Fucking Crash Bandicoot sounding ass. Whoa!
Yep, but you see, that doesn't work with the piss nozzle, like super laser piss one, because then it turns into a bit more of a spray instead of a shotgun. And then you combine the two and make it into a true shotgun. Like you pinch down and hold it, and then release and do the shotgun thing. That's like a super shotgun, dude, man.
In science, in software while they're developing Doom 2.
Exactly. It's a super shotgun. It's how it works.
So you know when you...
It's just how it works. It's science. What is the problem here? What's so funny about this? This is basic science. You should know this.
Oh, my eyes. Oh,
Don't you know
my-
pissology?
Shut the fuck up.
That's made by the great Ugma, you know?
Sugma.
No, Ugma.
Augment these notes.
You haven't heard of Ugma?
No, I'm not full. I'm not.
I mean, Ugma did many great things for the pissology industry, and it's not just inventing the laser piss, actually. It's how we learned about it. Because he was a bit of a monk beforehand, and so he would have to hold in piss while meditating. And then after, he would have like a laser. He was always fascinated by it, so he like founded pissology.
You really just commit fucking bit, don't you?
What bit? You haven't heard of pissology? I'm simply educating you on the art of Ugma and their followers in the pissology community. Science
I
speaks
wanna-
wonders right now.
I want to murder whoever invented solitaire.
Why is that?
'Cause I fucking hate it.
Ugma made that.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you to death.
It's never not funny.
We'll edit all this out.
God damn it.
Are how many Skillshare Solitaire right now?
Fucking hate solitaire. Stupid fucking bullshit.
Souther's hard.
No. Wait.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Loon's come back. It's too
Oh,
hot,
no.
dude. The humidity is fucking crazy.
Fucking hate humidity. I'm gonna remove all water.
Did you
Like-
travel all the way to the well to get your cup of water? Or?
It's no, he's just
It took me a second
It's-
to get you were fucking memeing.
it's 20 degrees and I've been sweating since 7 a.m. this morning and it's currently 10 past 1.
Woo!
Like it's
not cooling down at
miserable.
night.
No, dude. It's like it was 30 degrees in the day and it's 20 now. So it's dropped, but the humidity makes it so it doesn't feel like it's dropped to fucking
Still a
12.
bitch.
Yeah.
Little bitch in your
No,
brother
it's been
was too.
perpetual 65 degrees for like all day.
And then apparently
Fahrenheit.
tomorrow it's going up to like 40, which I'm gonna hate.
I have to clarify Fahrenheit. I know you use a different system over there.
The
So
wrong
system.
system.
It's really not.
They're both valid
Not
in
at
their
all.
own special ways. In their own
No,
special ways.
Only I'm right.
Look, all I'm saying
are,
is
guys.
special people have some special decisions.
You're special.
Aw, thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh my god, the Splinter vs. Shredder full fight scene from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014 live action.
Holy shit.
Damn, if only I
Apparently that
cared.
movie
Oh
was-
wait, that was the Michael Bay did one of those, right?
Yeah.
That was the one. That was the one.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Austin?
Apparently, the production for that movie was absolute hell on the actors.
Oh no, it was. They've literally got stories of, I think it's Alan Richardson that talks about it the most, of how like they once got to just left at set by themselves with no way to get back. Like, it's wild. I still like that movie though. It's so shit and I love it.
Santi, it's in the bad category. But it's the good
It's
bad.
delicious garbage.
Exactly, my kind
Delicious
of garbage.
Garbage.
It's literally the meme of the raccoon. Don't touch my garbage.
Yeah, effectively. Like again, I'll happily admit it's shit. Same way I'll admit the prequels and Star Wars are shit. I
They are
still
shit.
like Episode 3.
Oh, I love all of them. Mostly because what they added to the Star Wars mythos, except for midichlorians. That was fucking terrible. But
I told that episode 3 was
yes.
actually good.
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
somebody told fucking George that, and he never got over it. Like, what if I did that, but for the Force? And nobody stopped him. We were all fools. We should have stopped him when we had the chance, and now we have to deal with midichlorians. I mean, to be fair, nobody's addressed the midichlorians in the room since.
Yeah, everyone's kind of agreed to forget about it.
I'm gonna be
So,
honest, guys.
No, guys.
I
the Force is
I will say
hereditary.
this. I will say this. I thought I could go on for longer, but my attention is starting to slip, and I don't really want to do you a disservice. So I think
What?
we're gonna call it here. Sorry for keeping you around longer.
I just got back.
Yeah, but I cannot pay
you.
attention right now. It's too
Nah,
hot.
it's fine.
So
That's fair.
Do
I
the
think
heroes
I
down
think we're gonna
He's
put it off
bitch.
here.
I know
Those are
it's a
really
rare
fine
no
for a
pants
while.
DMing.
I am
One-
no pants DMing.
Oh,
Mm.
no
I'm
pants
in
or
my
no
boxers.
pants?
No, I'm in my boxers right now.
No pants because
Fair.
it's too hot.
I'm not British, but I know them.
I don't say
Fair
pants.
fucking
I,
enough.
I say underwear.
Some people say pants.
Pants
I
are
don't
like
like-
pants.
Yeah, pants are pants.
Yeah.
Pants is pants is pants.
So once more, we end the session heading to Delilah's. We should do this again.
No.
Third time's the
Exactly.
charm.
I know this session was a little bit
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, no, it's not scattered.
I'm gonna finally win a game of solitaire.
Hey, Will's just ready
Mission.
to like drop the bombshell that Delilah's dead. We've been framed for
Oh
a
my
murder.
God.
Now we gotta run.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Or hide.
Well, in that
or
Hey,
case,
both.
hey,
I'm
hey,
gonna end the
Riz, can you not?
recording.
No, I'm
Yep.
joking.
Yeah. Maybe do
How
that.
does he do it?